Hi, everybody. I'm Barb.
I'm Randine.
I'm Kathy.
And this is our Sclero-What
Adventure.
Adventures. Happy Scleroderma Awareness Month, everyone. Randine and I are so honored to be bringing you scleroderma stories every single day. We think it's really important to educate you about what scleroderma is, and the best way to do that is through the people that live with it on a daily basis. And we are so excited to have Kathy here with us today from New Jersey. Welcome, Kathy.
Hello.
Awesome. Well, tell us, Kathy, what form of scleroderma were you diagnosed with?
Systemic.
And do you remember when that was?
1995.
Awesome. And tell us, what were your first symptoms? Like, what led you to go to the doctor?
Well, hair loss, hyperpigmentation on my face, constipation, fatigue, and my bones hurt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's quite a list. And
Yeah.
what the doctor say when you went in there with that list? Like, whoa, what's going on?
Exactly. I went to a dermatologist and he just said, I think you need to see a rheumatologist. And I asked him why, because he said he looked at my face and it looked like I was out in the sun for like days. I was like, my skin was so hyperpigmented and dark.
Okay. And just on your face, like not on your chest or any or
A little bit on my neck was I had white patches. So, and to this day I still do. I get white patches.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes. Well, what is one thing that you would tell your pre-diagnosis self?
I should have got it a long time ago. Before 1995. They started looking at it like a couple years before, and I think I should have looked at it more than that because I was in my 30s when I got diagnosed. So I think I should have looked in my 20s.
Because do you, looking back now, do you feel like even like your bones hurting and that kind of stuff and the GI issues, do you feel like that started in your 20s?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had a
And
lot of obstructions.
yes. And when you say obstructions, tell us what that means.
Which is a blockage. There's nothing can get through the intestines. It just stops. There is like I have gastroparalysis too, so it's almost like there's not enough motility to push it through from esophagus, from the stomach into intestines.
Yes. And do you know why that is with scleroderma? Why does that happen?
Because of the hardening of the intestines, and also I had a lot of stomach surgeries, so I have scar tissue. I had over 25 stomach surgeries, intestinal surgeries, so I have a lot of scar tissue. And scleroderma also makes scar tissue, which is a hardening of the skin. And so, but my scar tissue from surgeries and scleroderma, yeah, there's problems.
There's problems. Your body's in overdrive, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Let's just put scar tissue everywhere, right?
Exactly.
Well, tell us, what is one blessing that you have received from scleroderma?
One blessing. I think the people that surround me and the people that are in the foundation and my chapter are very, I belong to the Delaware Valley chapter in New Jersey, and they're very informative and very helpful.
Yes, that's awesome. Big shout out to the Delaware Valley chapter and all the chapters with the Scleroderma Foundation because they are a huge um, resource and benefit to so many people with scleroderma.
Yes.
So tell us, what does Scleroderma Awareness Month mean to you?
It means to me getting the word out because nobody really knows about it. You talk to people and they look at you like, what are you talking about? You know, and You try to explain
And do they say Sclero-What?
exactly. Like, what are you talking about? And I did a couple of years ago. I did the pageant for Miss New Jersey America, and my platform was Scleroderma, and it was June 9th for Scleroderma Awareness Month.
Uh-huh. And how did you do in the pageant?
I didn't take first, which it was okay, but I took photogenic. And I mean congeniality. Sorry.
Oh, Miss Congeniality. Good job, Kathy. That's awesome. And so one last scleroderma question. Tell us one thing about scleroderma that you would want everyone to know.
I would say live your life is each day as it comes, and don't dwell on it, and take one day at a time. And when you have problems with it, say if you have um esophagus problems or stomach problems or intestinal problems or lung, go to your doctors and advocate for yourself.
I love that. And so true. We all need to be our best advocate. Absolutely. All right. Are you buttoned up? Are you ready for this ride? Because those were the easy questions. You know,
Okay.
we all live with scleroderma every day. Those are the easy questions for us. But now,
I think an important topic we should mention too is Kathy is a survivor of COVID.
yes.
We just found out she had COVID and was in the hospital for 2 months. Do you want to share a little about that, Kathy?
Yeah. I went in the hospital on November 4th for kidney failure. I'm in stage 4 kidney disease. And from there, at that time, they found out I had pancreatitis. I also had C. diff. And I was in ICU getting dialysis. And then they moved me out, and I moved into a regular room. And that's when they think I got COVID. And I was in COVID. I was on oxygen, and I was having trouble breathing, and just I was like in a room that only the doctors come in, no visitors at all.
You couldn't even see your husband for 2 months.
No, I saw my husband when I first went in with dialysis for 2 days, and that was it.
That was tough, I'm sure. That was probably his heart, wasn't it?
It was probably the hardest thing of my life. I mean, I love my husband dearly, and he's a great guy, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're here with us, so that's the best news. So
Yep.
Okay, I'll get to my Random Randine questions. What is the most ridiculous fact you know?
Oh my God. That's a hard one.
The most ridiculous fact you know?
I really don't know.
Okay, still think, Barb, how about you? What's the most ridiculous fact you know?
Well, I don't know how ridiculous it is, but I actually think it's really informational. And it's one of the things that I learned at one of the very first scleroderma conferences I went to, because there was a session about nutrition and what you should be eating and all that stuff. And I have just held on to this information. So this is the most informational, not ridiculous, but so by eating a piece of celery, you actually burn as many calories as you're intaking. So celery is the only net zero food that you can actually eat, because you're burning as many calories by eating it as you're intaking. So you can eat as much celery as you want and have no repercussions from it.
Wow. How about you, Kathy? Did you come up with any yet?
No, I don't know. I'm like lost.
Come on, there's got to be something, girl. What's something that you know?
Well, I'll talk a little bit because I surprised my brother last night. I'm on keto, and it's a lot of protein, and so I watched my carbs, and he was offering me fruit and like vegetables, and they have a lot of carbs in them, and he was just shocked about that. And I'm like, The very little bit of veggies I eat would be green beans, cabbage, cabbage for sure, cabbage, cauliflower, but fruit is pretty high in the carb area, so not good to eat.
Well, now you know you can eat as much celery as you want, Randine.
Yeah, and celery is good too, and I do put peanut butter on it.
Yeah. Peanut butter is not a net zero intake.
But I can have a few carbs, so that's the main thing with keto, watching my carbs.
Mhm.
See, for myself, I'm getting TPN, so I'm getting fed through my PICC line in my arm. So at this time, I can't eat food. So
There you go. You don't even need to worry about it.
no,
There you go. That's a blessing. You don't even have to worry about it. Just stick it in there and take in what you need.
yep, and that makes it. I'll probably be on it for the rest of my life, which is okay.
My next Random Randine question would be, finding out you're a hairdresser, what is like the worst experience you've ever had or funniest experience you've ever had doing somebody's hair?
When I first got out of hairdressing school, I was coloring somebody's hair, bleaching it, I should say, and they used to have the hot lights, the warm lights. Well, yeah, I put it too close to her head and I burnt some of her hair off. Yep, my worst experience.
How did she react?
She was fine because it was only like wasn't like a lot in diameter. Thank God, you know.
Like,
Maybe was it in the back of her head so she wouldn't see it?
Exactly.
just do the comb over. Just do the comb over.
And when you style it, you'll be fine.
Have you had any other goofy experiences?
I had trouble like coloring. You know, my specialty at the end was coloring. That's what I did all the time. I was like, I love color. And on myself, my hair's dark. And I decided when I first got out of hairdresser school that I was gonna put sun in my hair. Worst thing to do. My hair turned like yellow orange. Yeah.
How about you, Barb? Have you ever had a bad hair experience?
Well, you guys, I have. What? You tell me, Randy.
Like in 8th grade, you got this perm and your hair was out to like here. Do you remember that now?
I do. I have some pictures with that perm, and I'm pretty sure that was the last perm I ever got. Like, yeah, no perming for me.
So any other experiences for you, Barb?
I don't know. I think that is, see, and that's the good and bad thing about having a friend that has known you your whole life, that she remembers those things. Like, I had forgotten about that perm. Thank you, Randine,
You're welcome.
for bringing it back to my memory.
Absolutely. You know, I hadn't got my hair done with this pandemic until I want to say April. I got my hair cut and I wanted it highlighted. Well, it was a 3-hour appointment. And with highlighting, it's just like little strands to highlight. Well, does this look like highlighting, Kathy?
No.
No.
So, I had a lot of foil going in my hair and I was in the seat for like 2 hours. And I asked the question, what's the most foils you've ever used? And she was like, oh, I don't know. And the lady next to her, she's like, oh, I've used a lot before. She was the manager. Well, then she took me to the wash. And after the 5th wash of me like back like that, the manager had come over and said, you need to make some toner and tone it down. And I'm like, are my roots showing? What's the problem? Oh, we're just going to tone it down. So I don't even know what it looked like, but I was in the wash for like an hour. My appointment was 3 hours. And so when I got done, You know, some people would have cried, some people would have got mad. I'm like, it is what it is, you know. Then
Yeah.
find out this young girl, she had just graduated from college online. So going to
Oh
cosmetology
my God.
online, it was not
She
a
had,
success.
she had never done hair before.
Oh my gosh.
So, so voila, this is my hair. And you can see like my roots coming through, and yeah, it is what it is. And I think she learned. I was her guinea pig. And I'm not signing up for anybody else who's gone to school online. I'm just telling everybody now.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Oh my God.
That's my Random Randine. Thank you, Kathy, for joining us.
Yeah. See, I don't have to worry about that because I wear a wig. So
There you go. That solves all your problems. Your hair's done right when you wake up, right? Like,
absolutely.
well,
And I have lots of them too.
nice.
Do you
There
have
are
different
some
colors?
benefits.
Nope, all the same color, all jet black.
Are
Darn.
they all different lengths?
Pretty much on the long side because I always had long hair.
Okay.
Except a couple of years ago it was shorter, but now I like it longer better.
Quick question. Where do you get your wigs from?
I look online or I go to the nearest beauty supply place.
Okay.
I gotta ask, how much does a wig cost?
They start anywhere from 25 and go up to like 1,000.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
One better
Wow.
pretty.
Have you watched Schitt's Creek?
I heard of it. I haven't watched it.
You haven't? Because Maura, like her wig collection, like that's her like they have them hanging all over the wall. Like that's her deal. Oh my goodness. You got to watch that. You would love it, Kathy.
Okay. Okay, I got to.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We appreciate you tuning in to Scleroderma Awareness Month. We hope you will come back again tomorrow to hear another wonderful scleroderma story from a scleroderma patient themselves. And until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody. Bye.